This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 17th day of January in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Bent today said although the total number of recorded serious crimes in the country fell by 17% last year, cases of murders and gun-related crimes, including robberies, remain a major challenge for the Guyana Police Force as those numbers continue to rise. At a press conference this morning, Minister Ben said while he was pleased with the overall reduction in serious crimes, he cannot ignore the challenges facing the country's security sector. He linked the rise in murder cases to the Madia Secondary School dorm fire, which took place in May of last year, and which also claimed the lives of 20 children. A former student of the same school is facing murder charges after it was determined that a fire was maliciously set. More than 135 murders were recorded last year, compared to 122 in 2022.
I'm reminded here that we have an increase in murders totally in our country over the year, that those murders are indeed disorderly murders. It seems as though murders occur even perhaps because we don't want to separate ourselves from situations which could escalate, that perhaps men particularly have the bravado and want to engage in issues which would result in harm to people.
The Home Affairs Minister said his ministry will be enhancing its collaboration with the Human Services Ministry to promote conflict resolution to address the serious problem of crime. He also noted that gun-related crimes remain a troubling problem, despite the best efforts of the Guyana Police Force and the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit to clear the streets of illegal weapons.
While there has been, in fact, the question of a reduction in robbery under arms using firearms, it is said that we have a 17.9%. We are indeed concerned about the question, the use, the availability of firearms in our country.
Mr. Ben said while Guyana does not manufacture guns and ammunition, many of the illegal guns are being smuggled through the country's porous borders. In some cases, guns that were in the possession of security agencies found their way into the hands of criminals. A total of 149 illegal firearms were seized last year. Noting that the police and KANU must do more to identify the source of the weapons, the Home Affairs Minister said persons who are in possession of illegal guns should hand those over to the police.
In relation to gun crimes and the holding and having of illegal guns, we are not going to be doing any amnesty. Those who have guns and shouldn't have them should perhaps walk into the nearest police station and give them up, or put them somewhere where they could be given up. You're not supposed to have any illegal gun. If you look at what has been happening in Trinidad, in Jamaica, and some of Bahamas, and some other places, the question of having an illegal gun in most instances has nothing to do with being somebody in the bush and wanting to shoot wild hogs or whatever, or to get protein for food. It has to do with criminal activity. It has to do with criminal activity. If you have an illegal gun, pass by the police station, put it in a bag, and throw it in the yard.
Minister Ben said his ministry and the government are against the presence of illegal weapons on the country's roadways. He said the Home Affairs Ministry will be reviewing the license of persons who are found to be misusing their firearms. More news coming up in just a moment.
Lord, I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women, and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look, the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
On Thursday, February 22nd, we're heading to the biggest wet fed of MASH, Splash-O-Mani 2024 at the Guyana National Stadium. Nuff Water, Pulse, Nuff Soca. The night before the holiday, Soca star Problem Child. Hola Tunji. Splash-O-Mani, the official wet fed of MASH 2024. Problem Child, Olatunji, and more to be added. Come, let's soak you down in water and soca. Early bird tickets $3,000. Brought to you by Hits and Jams Entertainment.
It's your time to win big. The Massey Store's Christmas jackpot promotion is back and bigger than before. Spend $5,000 at any Massey stores to be the lucky winner of a brand new MGZS and fantastic weekly store prizes from now until January 31st, 2024. What are you waiting for? Head to your nearest Massey stores to shop now. See our Facebook and Instagram pages for more details. Massey Stores, our family serving your family.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true, or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that my crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Well, the government has come in for high praise for the budget from the commercial sector, with the Private Sector Commission and the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association stating that a $1.146 trillion budget is an indication of the government's commitment to fostering economic growth and development. In its statement, the Private Sector Commission said the key highlights of the budget include the impressive 33% growth in Guyana's real economy in 2023, coupled with an 11.7% expansion of the non-oil sector. According to the PSC, the significant growth recorded in the economy is evidence of the government's dedication to economic diversification and sustainability, which the Private Sector Commission believes will undoubtedly continue this year, with heavy investments in the areas of agriculture, trade, infrastructure, health, and education. The Private Sector Commission said the agriculture sector will receive a substantial $97.6 billion, focusing on the revitalization through significant investment in drainage and irrigation infrastructure to boost productivity and enhance food security. According to the PSC, the commitment to infrastructural development is evident, with the $204.1 billion allocated for upgrading roads and bridges. It said too that the government has demonstrated a commitment to the development of small businesses, and measures such as the reduction of interest rates on loans lower than $5 million is most commendable. According to the PSC, the replenishment of the Small Business Development Fund is crucial for supporting small business growth. Additionally, the removal of VAT on technology and the increase in the income tax threshold to 100,000 Guyana dollars will contribute to increased disposable income. Further, it said fiscal measures such as maintaining zero excise tax on fuel, extending the application to freight cost adjustments, and implementing measures to alleviate the impact of the cost of living demonstrate the government's responsiveness to the needs of every Guyanese. In a separate statement, the GMSA said government has been proactive in meeting the needs of the Guyanese people. It said it is particularly pleased with the emphasis placed on supporting the manufacturing sector. The GMSA said a continuing development of current transformative infrastructure is key to enabling business activity and delivery. It also said the government's inclusion of some of the association's recommendations assured the intention to work collaboratively with the private sector. According to the GMSA, the $527.4 million proposed for the development of the agro-processing sector is critical. The association also lauded the move by the government to inject more than $450 million into the Small Business Bureau Fund. It said the funds will enable businesses to attend regional and international trade fairs and events. The GMSA also welcomed investments in the area of entrepreneurship, training, mentoring, and education. 6 children were rescued from the Cayuga River on Tuesday afternoon after their canoe sank while they were on their way home. A release from the Guyana Police Force today said the canoe started to sink while traversing the Cayuga River in the vicinity of Etteringbank Landing at around 4:45 yesterday afternoon, with the 6 students of Etteringbank Primary inside. The children, who are Venezuelan nationals, were returning home when they noticed the canoe taking in water. Public-spirited citizens rushed to their assistance and were able to rescue all of the children, who were later seen and examined by a doctor at the Etteringbank Health Center in the presence of their parents. There were no serious injuries reported. The names of the 6 children who survived the ordeal are Keisha Sanchez, Kathleen Sanchez, Elizabeth Camping, Inio Random, Elian Random, and Ashley Random. The students are all from San Martin in Venezuela and attend school in the neighboring village of Etteringbank here in Guyana.
Twice the fun, twice the thrill. On your next trip with Copa Airlines, stop over in Panama and enjoy 2 vacations in one at no additional airfare. Because to live life at its fullest, first you have to stop. So next time you fly Copa Airlines, stop over in Panama at no additional airfare.
Stop the finest in the country, both ceramic and porcelain, tiles and chandeliers you'll see while you shop around stress-free. Train stop at warming halls, make your shopping smooth and calm, providing you with quality to match your style is so unique. Mima Decor.
Look at the breathtaking beauty of the Essequibo. From its pristine rivers to its abundant resources, it's a treasure that belongs to Guyana, and we ask Venezuela to respect the rule of international law.
Our commitment to this land is not just about ownership. It's about preserving its beauty and resources for our people and future generations.
The controversy between Guyana and Venezuela was settled internationally as full, perfect, and final in 1899. Essequibo belongs to Guyana.
Promising that it will help to improve the efficiency of court proceedings at the level of the magistrate courts, Attorney General Anil Nandlal today handed over copies of the criminal bench books for magistrates and parish court judges in the Caribbean, volumes 1 to 3, to officials within the local justice system. The distribution of the criminal bench books forms part of the support for the criminal justice system program being facilitated by the government of Guyana through the Ministry of Legal Affairs and the Inter-American Development Bank. The bench book was developed by the Caribbean Court of Justice in collaboration with the University of the West Indies under the Judicial Reform and Institutional Strengthening Project with funding from the Government of Canada. It includes rules of procedures, case law, and the contributions and experience of judicial officers practicing in summary jurisdictions. The Attorney General said the book is comprehensive in its assessment of the law and procedures throughout the region and would provide the type of guidance that is required both in court and outside of the courtroom.
So you have the jurisdictions stretching from Bahamas in the north to Trinidad and Tobago in the south. The entire Caribbean, the relevant legislation analyzed and examined and explained, supported with or supported by case law authorities, interpreting the very provisions being analyzed and set out at the relevant places so that a reader not only finds what the statement of the law is or the principle of the law, but he finds the statutory provision of each country and decided cases interpreting that statutory provision.
And describing it as a manual, the Attorney General said the bench book will result in great uniformity in the handling of criminal cases from the police right up to the magistrates.
It is my view that if the prosecutors, the magistrates, and the defense counsel are singing from the same proverbial hymn book, how can you get the song wrong? And nothing one of the greatest characteristics of a proper justice system is one that applies the law consistently and uniformly. How better way to achieve these two principal and crucial objectives when you have a singular manual from which everyone is seeking guidance.
And the Director of Public Prosecution, Senior Counsel Shalimar Alihak, said the bench book will be of significant help to the magistracy and other officers operating within the justice system, including prosecutors.
And any magistrate who has this book and reads it should be able to do their work in a timely manner and an efficient manner.
The DPP urged the officers within the justice system to make use of the bench book.
And I recommend to every officer who is in charge at the police stations, ensure that the police under your watch have access to it and they read it. And if it is that you may not have as many copies, to give each rank a one, which I can imagine will be the reality, at least arrange programs so that the contents therein can be shared with the police prosecutors. So when the police prosecutors go to court, they will be acting based on what is in the bench book, and you'll have a magistrate sitting in the court acting on what is in the bench book. And so together the two will marry, and we will have a better functioning court in the magistracy.
Alihak said the CCJ did a commendable job in putting together the well-researched book that captures all aspects of the law for all the jurisdictions in the English-speaking Caribbean. Copies of the bench book was handed over to the judiciary, the magistracy, the DPP's office, the Guyana Police Force, the Office of the Police Legal Advisor, the Special Organized Crime Unit, and the Guyana Bar Association, among other stakeholders. Opposition Member of Parliament Amanda Walton Desir has stated that while the 2024 budget is big on spending on public infrastructure, it is offering very little for human development. Offering her reaction to the 2024 budget ahead of next week's budget debates, the opposition MP said the budget was not surprising, but citizens need to look at it in the context of the amount of money to be spent and the impact it could have on their lives.
You raise the income tax threshold by $15,000 in $1 trillion budget. You raise the old age pension and public assistance by $3,000. Sherrod, a burger and JR Burgers is $2,000. So I say that for context of exactly how much these increases will impact the lives of the people of Guyana. It will not make a substantial impact.
Walton Desir said the budget presentation was short in substance but big on sound bites, adding that much more should have been done to ensure the development of citizens and to offer more assistance to citizens.
We called for the decrease in VAT. They removed VAT off of sporting equipment and some technology, cell phones, etc. Whatever happened to lowering VAT on food items? This government does not seem to understand that people are having a difficulty feeding themselves in this country. A slice of pumpkin is $1,000 in the market.
The opposition MP also flagged the budget as one that will be pumping more money into big businesses while profiting the friends and families and favorites of the government.
All this budget has done is get more money into big business, is continue to benefit their friends and family, and neglect the poor and working class.
She said she intends to highlight many of the shortcomings in the budget when the budget debates open next Monday.
Imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Foodmax and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Foodmax, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall. In the region, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has increased surveillance for leprosy as the disease has been detected in neighboring islands. The health ministry said it is monitoring the situation in St. Lucia, Barbados, where the disease was detected for the first time in several years. St. Lucia recorded 11 new cases of leprosy, which represents a 120% increase from 2020 to 2023. The health ministry said said St. Vincent and the Grenadines had not detected a case of leprosy since 2019. While leprosy was once feared to be a highly contagious and devastating disease, the ministry reassured the public that leprosy does not spread easily and treatment is very effective. However, if left untreated, the nerve damage associated with leprosy can result in deformities of hands and feet, and even blindness. Trinidad and Tobago Guardian said a third person is now dead after gunmen wearing tactical gear opened fire on a group in Mervant in Trinidad and Tobago Tuesday night. Police said a group of men were liming under a tent near Building D, Paradise Heights, around 7:50 p.m. when a dark color van drove up to them. 3 men wearing police tactical gear got out of the van and identified themselves as police before shooting at the crowd, killing 26-year-old Shaquem Dennis at the scene. The killers then got back in their vehicle and sped off. Officers of the Northeastern Division Task Force were called in and took Israel McLaren, 19, and Jamal Williams to the hospital, where they were declared dead. Investigators found more than 30 spent shells at the scene. And finally tonight, international news. King Charles III is set to attend hospital next week for treatment for an enlarged prostate, according to the BBC. Buckingham Palace said the king's condition is not harmful, but he will undergo a corrective procedure. The 75-year-old's public engagements will be postponed for a short period of recuperation, the palace said. The announcement comes shortly after it was revealed that the Princess of Wales is in hospital after undergoing abdominal surgery. It is unusual for medical updates about 2 senior royals to be released on the same day, but it is understood it was necessary because the king had to cancel engagements scheduled for Thursday. He had been due to meet foreign dignitaries and cabinet members in Scotland on Thursday, but those meetings have been cancelled on medical grounds. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.